Hello everyone, Tanak here. Welcome to a special episode where I'm gonna discuss and show you how I analyze a market when I'm trying to decide if I want to do a build order. We'll do an analysis of how I would go about building some Muninn. I got 3 clients that asked me if I could build Muninn for them, and they were offering price based on JITA, which I like it if we can agree on a price beforehand, but after that, if I need to keep a fluctuating JITA price, it's very hard to do, especially right now. I'll show you a little bit, but let's imagine that, okay, I want to build a bunch of Muninn because I got a client that wants them. The first thing I would do, obviously, is go check at which price they are selling, and Muninn are all kind of all over the place. Okay, they were at 367 yesterday. They're now at 300, so I don't know if it's market manipulation or just oversupply, but like clearly you had people that had huge supply and that are now trying to liquidate, and even though they're getting shot like crazy during the war, you can see that the price spiked up, peaked at 383, and now is well, they're not selling at 300 obviously, so anyway, you would have to check the price here. And then there's a bunch of other tools that you can use at your disposal. One of the few tools, well, there's the good old ISK per hour, which based on where you get the supply would tell you that currently I would be running a 76 million loss if I would produce Muninn. That's like one way to look at it, and with that number it's not even close, so I wouldn't even try. But let's say I want to do a more in-depth analysis. Then you have some site like Adam for Eve, which is pretty cool with a lot of interesting graph. One that I like is the manufacturing profitability, where you could see here that you have, and I'll link all those sites in the description, but here you would look at the Muninn here. It's okay, this one is saying that I'm gonna lose like 16 million each, and you can get the detail. Okay, the cost to get the component, he's assuming it would cost me 310 million. Now I'm selling them at 300, so I would lose like 3%. That's Adam for you. Another one that is pretty cool is Lazy Blacksmith, where you can check like the blueprint that you want. So here I would go like Muninn. Okay, I want to manufacture that. This one is awesome because you can like choose a station and what rig you have, and it will impact the cost of the job. The material efficiency, and another reason I'm not getting into Muninn production is we're not rigged for it. So for us, we got like no bonus except the 1% from the right arrow, so we're not super competitive on Muninn. But we have all those BPOs research at 10 ME, and you can see them here. So it's assuming that you got all those BPO research at 10, but you could change them here. Like you can change the level here, and it will give you a summary of what you need and all the components. So right now it's telling me that all my component would cost 269 million. I don't know where he got that price. I'm not probably that he's trying to buy, maybe it's just a refresh thing, but you can get like the detail of which component they have and the value they have, and most of the manufacturing calculation is really based on what's the value of each of these components, and are you taking JITA price, are you taking the price to manufacture them? I think that here he's assuming that I will build those components based on the raw material, and that's one way to look at it. But then again, like let's say I make money making nanomechanical microprocessor unit. This is the cost to make them. Would I actually use them to build a Muninn, or would I just sell them to make a profit if the final step of the Muninn is not making money? So that's another way to look at it. And then what I do is I go back to my old spreadsheet here, where here I would say a Muninn, I got the value of the T1 item, which is a rupture, and the price of the different component, and assuming I got an ME of 2, which is a standard for research for an invention blueprint. So my material cost, my cost to make a Muninn, if I buy all those, and these are based on GDA sell price. So if I'm buying all those components right now, my cost to make a Muninn is 371. Should I be using GDA sell? Should I be using GDA buy? Should I be using a midpoint in between? That's the part that is more an art than a science. Okay, so it's really at what price can I get those things, and once I have like a bunch of, let's say, a nuclear reactor in my possession, would I be selling those nuclear reactors? Let's say I got like a nuclear reactor for free. Do I count it as 0, or do I count it at the price I could sell it for? You should normally count it at the price you should sell it for. So anyway, that's how I would. So right now I would be losing like 14% building a Muninn, buying all these things at GDA price, and even more, because if I say it's 300 million, oh, forgot a 0, I would be losing 19% if I build a Muninn at that price. So another way to look at it would be like, okay, my Muninn here, we're saying, okay, this one is losing 19, so minus 19%. And these are the different components that are part of the Muninn. Okay, so I need deflection seal limiter, I need, and these all need various components. So then again, those prices here are all based on buying the Fernit carbide, buying all of these at GDA sell price. And if I buy these at GDA sell price, I make deflection seal limiter, I'm making 105%. So should I be using my build slot to build Muninn right now? And it's copy the little red here. Or should I not waste my time and be building deflection shield emitter and selling as much as those as I can right now? And again, you have to analyze the market depth in here. But definitely I would be looking at building those high margin component before even thinking of building an assembled chip. And then what I would do is, okay, this one is a saber, but the logic I would start is, okay, like this one is a saber and an example of how we did, but I would do the same with the Muninn. I would start by putting all of them at buy in GDA. And let's say, for example, I really need to produce those Muninn. So the option of just producing the component is not an option. So what I would do is I would go get all the GDA price here. I think I already have them here. But okay, just for the sake of argument, assume that these are current GDA price, which is not the case. And then here, let's assume that the corp will pay, and that's the thing that we use when we split the production job, because I want to make sure that everybody is making money. So I say, okay, I want this, I will add let's say 10% over this. So I will say this is, so is equal that thing times 1.1. So I'm basically giving 10% profit to everyone in the corp based on the price they could acquire that thing. So I'm paying them 10% to get the stuff, bring the stuff from JITA here to our home base, which is not exactly what we'll do, but you'll see. So it would cost me that amount. Obviously, this is not for a Muninn, that's for a Sabre. It would cost me 90 million with those price if I'm expecting to sell them at 97, which is not the case, but then I would be making 7%. But anyway, the important thing here is the logic, not the number. So what I would do here then is I would come and check and see, okay, plasma thruster, for example, plasma thruster. Plasma thruster right now, they're selling at JITA for 52. Okay. Oh, they're cheaper than yesterday because this was yesterday. And then I would say, okay, JITA is the cheapest place where I can buy one. So, and then I would go here and look at how much would it cost me to build one. So if I go here, I got my plasma thruster. Okay, they're at 52 at JITA. But with the cost of material, they cost me 49 to make. So there's actually right now a margin of 5% on the plasma thruster if you're building them. So you're making a profit if you're actually building plasma thruster with a 10 ME, and I'm not even calculating a 10 ME. So with a 10 ME, you're making 17% building a plasma thruster. So what I would do then is I would go back to my build project and say, okay, this one here, I'm not going to buy it in JITA because I would need to pay 52 here. Oops. So I would need to pay 52. So instead, I'm going to go build. I'm going to go build it in Ivangier. And then how much does it cost me to build? I would go here and say, okay, I'm going to build that thing at something's wrong here. Oh no, okay, that's because of the AME. So yeah, with the research blueprint that we have, because the cost with an unresearched blueprint would be 48, 43,000.5 with the research blueprint plus the build cost. So then you get 44.57. So I would go here and say that component 44.557. So this one is 44,557. So this one I would actually build, and I would go down with that list of everything. Okay, I would go LiDAR sensor cluster, and just for example, let's say one that is okay, Fernit carbide. Fernit carbide, last time I checked, it was not worth building. So I would go here, I would go to Fernit carbide armor plate. Okay, you can buy it at 9,200, but if you calculate the value of the material, it costs 12,000. So even with a fully researched blueprint that we have, you're losing 17% because it cost you 11,000 to make. So this one here would be one that I would buy, and then I would go in Eve Marketer with Fernit carbide composite armor plate here. No, that's not the good one. Okay, so here this one is also in JITA. So, and you have to check the availability because sometimes there's not enough. So this one I would say this part actually you will go buy it in Jita. This one is buy in Jita, is not bill in Evangier, and that's the price I would pay for it. And I would give my hauler 10% or something, just to whoever is going to go there. And then once I got everything, and let's say this one is buy Jita bill, like let's say whatever, like I got the bill, and this one is buy in Amar or whatever. I'm not gonna go the detail here. Once I got everything, and these are the number these are the number the corp is willing to pay, I would go on my Discord and say, okay, we got this. How much do I need while I'm building 20? So let's say I'm building 50. I want to bid. So I need that amount of supply. So who will provide this one? And then I'm telling him, okay, I'm gonna go, the price I'm offering you is 49.5. I want that amount. Who will provide? And then I'm fighting people to fill all those jobs in the corp Discord. People will volunteer to do those jobs. Since I am making sure that they're making a profit for them, it's pretty much a safe bet because they are able to make a profit. And there I would assemble it. But in the case of the Muninn where we're looking at it now, is I'm not making a profit. So that project, I'm just not going to take it because it's not worth our time. And you could analyze it down further. Let's say here, Fernid carbide, what you need to do that is a Fernid carbide. I don't know it by heart, but Fernid carbide, you would need ceramic powder and Fernit alloy. So these are the two you need. And with the current price, you're making 19%. So you could powder, Fernit, and you would actually say, okay, here I'm making 28%. And you could even drill down further to go into the moon goo, and is it worth it to mine that moon or not? So at that point, it really depends on how deep you want to go with your analysis. If I'm usually just looking at the step behind. So right now, it's not worth it to build the Muninn at the current price. So I won't build it. Would it be worth it to do a bunch of deflection shield emitter to drop in Jita at the current price? Definitely before building Muninn. I'll let people that really need to build spaceship, and I'll do deflection shield emitter and make 500%. And I can even buy those and straight up make that. So you need to analyze the entire supply chain and find the value where it is. And you need to stop building those red thing until you make a profit. And obviously, I'm not the most efficient structure, especially for small ship. But somebody could get like 5% more if he has a fully rig on that step. He's probably making more because he's making more here and here and here and here. So. And there is an argument to be made that complete ship sell a lot better than individual component. Deflection shield emitter, I'm not sure. Let's say could I be able to flood the market? Let's say just for fun, deflection shield emitter. How much is there? There's like a good amount on market right now in Amar. So you see, something was wrong. You don't get that spread. Like you don't get a production job that will pay 105% for a long time. And you see that somebody just bought everything in Jita and jacked the price. So right now, go to Amar, buy those deflection shield emitter, put them in Jita at 89,000, you'll make a killing. And that's how you find market opportunity. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this short look at how I analyze the market. Hopefully it was useful to you. Drop a comment if you like, and I'll see you Friday for the usual update. See you. Bye bye.